حق الله والله يا الله والله حق الله يا الله حق الله والله يا الله والله
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope all of us are enjoying our Ramadan during this difficult time of COVID-19, and I hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it easy for all of us, and this pandemic goes away soon, so we can go back to our day-to-day lives, as well as start to come to the masajid to do necessary prayers as we are always used to. It is my pleasure today to speak on behalf of the Board of Directors and Trustees and the volunteer staff of Islamic Foundation of Toronto. The objective of this program is to bring you some awareness what we do here at the Foundation. We, the Trustees and Board of Directors, welcome you to this program. As a valued donor and partners of Islamic Foundation, you share our vision with your generosity and with the enthusiasm which you always support Islamic Foundation of Toronto with its programs and with its initiatives. Your insight and support will always be very crucial in helping to achieve the goals and to shape the future of Islamic Foundation of Toronto. The objective of this month-long Ramadan program organized by Islamic Foundation of Toronto is to bring some awareness in terms of what we do for the community and what is expected of us. The foremost, our primary objective is to serve the people, the Muslims throughout GTA Toronto as well as nationally with the teaching of the Holy Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Second one is to serve the Ummah and the community at large through our programs, which is the religious, social and community programs and services. To run a vibrant center, to be leaders amongst the centers, not only in GTA, but also nationally, and to lead in making very important and crucial decisions and taking necessary initiatives during hard times or challenging times or during any natural disasters or national challenges here in Canada, and to unite the Muslims of Toronto. To be an international center serving Muslims from all over the world without creed, culture and ethnicity. But here we have to look into whom we include in our programs or we accommodate at the masjid, our center. I'm very humble to say that Islamic Foundation is one of those very important centers who have the inclusion that we welcome and empower diverse ethnic communities of Toronto, where people from all over the world, they come and enjoy our programs for the youth, for the women, and for the seniors. Many of our respected speakers have spoken in the last 17 days, and they have touched on a few of the many services Islamic Foundation is offering since its inception of 50 years. We started our journey at Rhodes Avenue, and then in 1992, we finished this gigantic center, which is on 2.3 acres, and it is located at the corner of Nugget Avenue and Markham Road in Scarborough. The total area of the center is about 53,000 square feet, and it has been added and enhanced by our building next door, which is the 431 Nugget Avenue, where our school stands. As a director and former president of Islamic Foundation of Toronto, I want to talk about the impact IFT has left locally, nationally, and internationally. Before I expand on IFT's miscellaneous role, I want to remind our dear listeners and viewers that this is an opportunity for all of us to open our pockets, that this is an opportunity to donate during this blessed month of Ramadan. We have two lines available for us, which are, we call them donation hotlines, which is 647-468-3040 or 416-988-1339, or by donating online at www.islamicfoundation.ca. We will always honor and we will always appreciate your generous donations, and the money you are giving, we are using it at the right place at the right time. Like you see on the highways of Ontario, it says, the signs always says your tax dollars at work. So through our programs, we always say that your donation dollars at work at the Islamic Foundation by bringing you these fine programs. You will be pleased to know that this is your masjid and your center, and it was established with its fine reputation years ahead of hard work of its founding members like Brother Nasir, Dr. Jamil Dar, Brother Hassan Makki, Brother Qayyum Khan, and all the others who were the founding members. I may have missed many of these nice brothers and sisters, for example, Sister Jamila and so many other sisters who were involved. So it is the hard work of these fine people, and some of them have left us. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm sitting in the masjid, it is because of their hard work that this center is existing and it was established. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them with Jannat Firdaus, and may Allah accept their hard work and whatever they did for the Muslims and for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We cannot forget our volunteers and our staff, without whose help this center would not be as vibrant as it is today. And all of you out there who are our very esteemed partners and our patrons. We are the custodians of your trust, your donations, your zakah, your fitrah, and sadaqah. You have entrusted Islamic Foundation of Toronto you are entrusted us with your imana, and inshallah it's our duty to fulfill your trust and your expectations to best of our abilities. Many people are telling us that they have donated to IFT, and when asked, they say we have given the zakah. Just one point of clarification is that the masajid do not use the zakah money for its day-to-day running of the center. We use generous donations for the running of the center, for upkeeping, for salaries, for any repairs and maintenance, things like that. So you are giving us zakah, fitrah, and sadaqah. These are the money which comes into the trust account, and it becomes a liability on the Islamic Foundation of Toronto to make sure that we take your responsibilities off our shoulders and we deliver your expectations by delivering these funds to the right recipients, the poor and needy, after making sure that the Sharia rules are applied and the money is dispersed as per the Sharia rules. So rest assured that your money which you give us as a trust, always go towards the right people and towards the right projects, and inshallah we will keep that tradition going. Islamic Foundation is one of the few centers that services the many diverse communities in Toronto, including communities, our brothers and sisters from Middle East, Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, Indonesia, Trinidad, Guyana, Pakistan, India, African, and so many other communities which enjoy by coming to our center because they think that our center is very vibrant and they are accommodated here with all kind of services and all programs for everybody. We have programs catered for children from age 7 to 12. For example, during the Halloween night, instead of our children going to door for getting the candies, the volunteers and the staff at the Islamic Foundation has brought you a program known as the Children's Fun Night during that night. So the program is arranged right here in the Islamic Foundation, and we get about 500 to about 800 people coming, parents coming with the children and enjoying many of the program, including little rides, the drawings, the movie, or things like that. And for the younger children, babysitting is always available and provided by Islamic Foundation of Toronto. Our objective is to please, first of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and secondly, the people around our masjid and in greater Toronto area. We have also programs for the youth, and I think one of my youth members will be coming on air and on TV very shortly, and he will talk about the youth programs coming to you through the Islamic Foundation Toronto for the last so many years. And then we also have the seniors programs, and inshallah, I think another sister who is in charge of the seniors program, she will be talking about what we do for the seniors. Throughout the year, we have a weekly program every Wednesday between 9 and 12, where we bring them many of the programs and including a very nice and tasty lunch every Wednesdays. These programs for the seniors include excursions, trips, exercise, health and welfare seminars, mental health issues, diabetes, heart and kidney programs, physio and exercises, stretches by the professionals, etc. Foundation invites professionals from all these medical fields and professional services for the awareness and for promotion of preventive measures for this Islamic Foundation. Foundation has an ongoing interfaith initiatives since over a decade. The exchanges, we call it the twinning programs or twinning sessions between the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims are happening to promote bilateral relationship and to bring love and harmony amongst faith-based groups. For example, celebrating the beginning of Ramadan, celebrating Eid, Sabbath, and Easters, and not to forget the Christmas. We are all celebrating together at diverse faith-based groups, and I have seen that we have visited the synagogues and churches, and our brothers and sisters from those centers have also come and broken and break the fast at the Islamic Foundation with our volunteers and our board members. This is one of the initiatives which is much needed in Canada, because with all of the things going with against the Muslims, the Islamophobia, I think this is an excellent program which shows that the Muslims are open to all faith-based groups, all the communities. Whatever we do in association and in partnership with all the greater Toronto communities. There were very difficult times, as we have seen in the last so many years, like a few years, I mean, and that was like a very challenging time for the Muslims of Canada when there was a shooting in the Quebec City Mosque. followed by the New Zealand mosque massacre, and also the massacre at the local synagogue, or talking about anything happening in the Middle East with our Christian brothers and sisters in Jerusalem and things like that. So what we do together is that we lobby as a group of all faith-based groups with the government about the fate of for example, we lobby together regarding the faith of Rohingya and Kashmiri Muslims, about all other atrocities committed against humanity, not only against Muslims or against any community. So we are all together as brothers and sisters in faith. I can still see that last year one time, I think it was after the massacre, in one of the countries around the world, and also like to have a Sport for Islamic Foundation, the Muslims of Toronto. We see the Jewish people and the Christian came together, and they made a big ring around the Islamic Foundation of Toronto just to protect the center, just to protect the Muslims to come and pray. So I think not only for Islamic Foundation, I've seen them do that around other masajid in Greater Toronto area, in Mississauga, the Masjid Toronto in downtown, and other places. So this shows that really the brotherhood and the relationship is very important for all of us, and this is one of our objective at Islamic Foundation, that we go along promoting our deen and our teachings and a true civic responsibilities by working with other communities around Toronto and within Canada. I think now let's talk about giving it back to the community, because Islamic Foundation always asks about money from you, and we want you as a board of director, as a former president, on behalf of my board, I want to know you, that what we do for the community, what we do for you, what we do for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to promote the teaching of the Holy Quran and for the teaching of the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Foundation has opened its doors to the unprivileged members of the society through many of the fine programs it conducts, has been conducted, and it conducts every day. For example, our weekly hot soup and a 5-course meal program, which runs every Saturday for the last 15 years. There are about 25-30 volunteers coming at wee hours of the morning to cook these meals at the cafeteria kitchen downstairs, and their objective is to prepare about 525 meals every week. People from all walks of life who are needy, they come and they have this sumptuous lunch at the Islamic Foundation cafeteria downstairs, and at the same time, whatever is left, we deliver across the GTA Toronto communities, and we are making sure that they go to all of the community centers, shelters, and our volunteers put them in the cars and they deliver. Free tax clinic. Since 2008, some of the dedicated volunteers like Brother Suleiman Jamir, he is a CRA auditor and an accountant, professional accountant. He started this program by just working with the board at that time. And it has been like almost 12 years that 25 IFT Canada Revenue Agency trained professional accountants volunteer, make sure that they file the income taxes of the unprivileged society of Toronto by filing their tax returns. And in 2019, we filed 1,266 taxes. This clinic runs full 3 months, catering to the members of the community whose income is less than, I think, $35,000, and there is no charge to that. They are looked after appointments. They come and we file their taxes by our professional accountants who work on purely volunteer basis. I salute IFT tax volunteers that they are doing a fine job, very hardworking group of people, and not only we file our taxes at the Islamic Foundation of Toronto, but we also bring our tax clinic to other localities. For example, at the Scarborough's Taibu Center, the YMCA, to different hospitals where patients cannot come and file their taxes, and including the jails and other community centers all around Toronto. We also work with local members of parliament to make sure that we conduct the income tax sessions or the clinics at their selected venues as well. Fountain of Youth Free Tutoring Program. It is the mashallah the 13th year of youth and adult learning initiative, which we started back then, and with our dedicated volunteer leaders like Brother Qadri and her daughter Sister Uzma and Brother Gorwalwala. So every Friday evening, 25 learned and professional educators conduct these classes at the Islamic Foundation of Toronto School building next door. Subjects like algebra, calculus, science, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, computer skills, including IT and social media awareness programs. And beside academics, we are also catering towards the programs towards the young and old in terms of discipline, character building, behavior, French and Arabic languages, sewing and cooking skills, etc. I will continue in a minute. I think I need to just make sure that I say a few numbers, and after that I will start this program again. There are numbers on your screen. If you can please make sure that you say that it's 647-468-3040 or 416-988-1339, or please go and visit www.islamicfoundation.ca and donate generously. Another mandate which Islamic Foundation carries with honor and humbleness is community outreach, humanitarian relief and rebuilding projects. Many people are asking why community have to support the hospitals. As a board of director of the Scarborough Health Network Hospitals in Scarborough, I want to share that it is a misconception in the society that the government is sponsoring 100% of the healthcare in Ontario. That is not true, because 10% of the capital budget has to be raised by the boards, the foundation boards, and from the community. And full 100% of all equipment cost has to be raised by the community through the different fundraising with different communities. And this is why it was essential that Islamic Foundation of Toronto partnered with the 3 Scarborough hospitals and Markham Stouffville Hospital to bring about some donations towards the purchase of the equipment or for some projects which are happening especially at the Markham Stouffville Hospital with their expansion projects. This was very necessary because this will enhance and bring best healthcare for all of us here in Scarborough and in GTA. IFT was proud to be doing just that with your generous donations in the past and to date through the hospital fundraising events. And if we recall that a few years back we did the fundraising program for Scarborough Hospital's MRI machine, where we raised almost $100,000 within one night, which was used to purchase the MRI machine at the Scarborough Hospital. Another initiative which Islamic Foundation did was that Scarborough World Cup of Cricket. By our IFT participating in that World Cup of Cricket, we raised almost $25,000 toward the Scarborough Hospital. Very important event happened in 2017, where the scaling of the summits of Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania happened, and alhamdulillah we raised $35,000 from our family and friends, which will be going entirely towards the Scarborough Hospital's midwife program. Brave TO 5-kilometer marathon runs through the Morningside Park, and our team and myself participated in this 5-kilometer marathon, and we raised almost $10,000. Another $100,000 within part of the $250,000 we gave it to the hospitals was handed to Markham Stouffville Hospitals, where we sponsored a birthing room in the new expansion project of Markham Stouffville Hospital. So, a brand new birthing room is named after Islamic Foundation of Toronto, where the new lives come into this world, and the families hear the good news by having new family members coming in their lives. So, it was a very, very touching and very happy occasion that IFT have sponsored that birthing room at Markham Stouffville Hospital. In Scarborough Birchmont campus, if you go to the 4th floor, just because of our donations, they have named the waiting area in front of the elevators, and if you go there, there is a plaque there saying this area is donated by IFT for its generous donations to the MRI machine and towards other projects. With our partnership with Scarborough Hospital, we were able to initiate the following very, very important things at the hospital. Was the introduction of halal meals. They are available upon request. Modesty gowns are available upon request by our sisters, our seniors, and this was very necessary because certain times, the privacy was breached, and for our sisters privacy issues, we had to introduce these modesty gowns with the Velcro, and these were introduced by bringing the sample from UK, and it is upon request you can have these modesty gowns available at all campuses of the hospital. The awareness how to deal with Muslim patient while under care as the hospital was very necessary, just in case doctors or nurses, male doctors or nurses have to touch the body of a female patient, we have asked them to please ask for permission first before touching, and inshallah they are doing right that at this time. And it was an awareness session with the doctors and nurses, which was conducted by the hospital management and through the supervisors. Rewriting of the manuals at the hospital, they were looked after keeping in needs religious and cultural sensitive needs of our community, not only Muslim but all the communities. Handling of the deceased with Muslim religious traditions. After somebody passes away, the families are accommodated how to deal with the deceased by recitation of the Surah Yasin, before the death, and after the death, how to deal with that deceased mayyat. So we are working very closely with the ICU and other departments, and giving full liberty, with our traditions, Islamic traditions, inshallah. Very important, washing and bathing of the patients while care under the hospitals, preferably with the male to male and female to female, is being practiced, and is preferable that we should do that, and this is happening right now, and if not, you can request that. Issuance of the death certificate within an hour at the hospital was introduced by the management interactions with the Islamic centers in GTA Toronto. So the death certificates are issued by the doctor on duty rather than waiting for the morning, because we have to pick up the bodies right away before it goes to the morgue. And alhamdulillah, our funeral staff is very active and very efficient in bringing the bodies to our mosques, within 2 hours. Patients visitation and Muslim clergy and spiritual care volunteers are given access to the hospital to visit the patients, ask about their well-being, and if they need anything, they will be looking into that. Finally, I think I want to touch a little bit on what we do globally for our relief and humanitarian projects. As you know, the Islamic Foundation is very vibrant, very active in all the global disaster times, and we are the first ones, who are on the ground. When the Pakistan earthquake happened, with CMRC, our doctors were the first ones, in the northern Pakistan to look after the patients and to look after their needs. When floods happened in Bangladesh, our team through our staff and some board members were in Bangladesh, where we helped the people by distributing relief as well as by refurbishing about 4 schools in Bangladesh. During the fires in Rana Plaza in Bangladesh, the Islamic Foundation donated money for the victims of that fire at the garment factory. Alhamdulillah, we sponsored many family members who have lost their loved ones, during that fire. The Pakistan floods in 2008 to 2009, our team was at the ground, including our board member and our volunteers, and we distributed, almost $160,000 in relief, and we spent another like $150,000 on rebuilding the houses. We built about 82 houses in the Mansehra district and the Balakot area. The houses which were washed away, Islamic Foundation rebuilt those houses with your generous donations. And then in Sindh, through the interaction and partnership with the Pakistani Army, we were able to fly through helicopters and deliver the food hampers, which was prepared especially for IFT and delivered in the middle of Sindh. Along with that, Islamic Foundation of Toronto, along with partnership with IDRF and Highest Foundation of Kenya, we built a mother-child facility, a hospital, a clinic known as Tayyiba Clinic in Kisumu, Kenya, where there are 35 beds, and it is a mother-child facility catering towards the needs of the newborns and their mothers, and it is open to all communities, not only just Muslims. So this project was almost $500,000, but the bulk of more than 360, 400,000 were given by Highest Foundation, and about 110,000 by IFT and about $25,000 by IDRF. So in Pakistan, we are doing certain other stuff, and right now, due to the COVID-19, we are looking into the initiatives in India as well as in Pakistan and other countries where there is a shortage of food and the poor and needy families need help. We are looking into that right now after fundraising your donations and fundraising of Ramadan. We will be looking after that. At this last minute, I want to just mention that all this work which happens, in the center is because of your support, your moral and like emotional support to the foundation, and helping and supporting the board of directors, our staff, and our volunteers. I can acknowledge our past founding member, Dr. Fuad Shaheen. May Allah bless him with Jannatul Firdaus. He passed away last year. He did participate at the 50th anniversary last year in September, and we were happy to have him. He was the first president and the first founding member who was able to talk that day, but later he passed away, and may Allah forgive him, and may Allah give him Jannatul Firdaus, inshallah. And there are other presidents. I want to name Brother Muhammad Anwar and Brother Muhammad Alam. They were also instrumental in the progress of this center. Right now, our board of directors, headed by Brother Akbar Warsi, the president, Brother Shah Muhammad Qadri, Brother Hakim Beg, Khusro Khan, Hasnan Akhtar, myself, and Mateen Khan. The board of trustees, Brother Abid Sayyid Asad Malik, Shafiq Muhammad, Brother Masir Rahman, and Brother Khalil Khan, including Brother Firoz Muhammad and Brother Badruddin, the funeral director, and many other volunteers. They are here to help head this organization with different program and different. This will not be possible without their help and with your donations. And finally, in the end, I would like to make a strong appeal by looking at all these 8 pages of the achievements and the work we do, find work with your help, with our participation. And I want to thank my family, my wife, as well as the families of all my board of directors and trustees who spent timeless hours in the foundation during this difficult time. We are here making the phone calls for donations or arranging for food or zakat checks, so we are always here. And we like to thank everybody's families and themselves for giving their volunteer time to Islamic Foundation and for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please donate generously. The numbers are on your screen, and I will repeat the numbers: 416-988-1339. Visit www.islamicfoundation.ca and donate generously. Please, I'm making a humble appeal that your donations are at good work, and you are making an amazing difference in the lives of the people, not only in Canada, not only in Toronto, but around the globe. So please donate generously, open your pockets. This is the time of giving. It's the last few days of Ramadan, and inshallah, may Allah bless us with His rahmah, His mercy. And once again, thank you for listening to me. It was a pleasure to speak on behalf of Islamic Foundation of Toronto, bringing the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the forefront and asking for help, your donations, and inshallah we look forward. And these kind of programs will continue, and these kind of messages will continue for the next 10 days. Keep us in your mind and help us and help Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by helping Islamic Foundation of Toronto. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
حق الله الله يا الله الله حق الله يا الله حق الله الله يا الله